Hello, Bravs. We're back with more books. New book arrivals, that is, Brav. Let's start with this one. Secrets and Spies, Behind the Scenes Stories of World War II. Reader's Digest book. Vintage, otherwise I probably wouldn't have got it. Don't push your candle off the table, bruv. Alright. Behind the Scenes Stories. Espionage, obviously. Drawings by Paul Kelly and Guy Deere, 1964. The inside story of Pearl Harbor, the last instant of peace. 5 chances missed. Sure, it's nothing groundbreaking, but still. Nice hardcover book for 50 cents. Nice pictorial covers. This book I've kind of tore up before I even got it home. The Widow's Broom. It's funny too because when I went to the store, I had in my mind to find Erica Young's witches, but this is the closest I could come. The Widow's Broom. Obviously, some kind of story about some of Minna Shaw's neighbors don't trust her clever broom. It's dangerous, they say. It's wicked thing. Minna disagrees. She appreciates the broom's help around the house. She enjoys its quiet company. It seems perfectly innocent and hardworking to her, but one day 2 children get a well-deserved thrashing from the broom. For her neighbors, this is proof of the broom's evil spirit. Minna is obliged to give up her dear companion. Chris Van Allsburg, master of the mysterious, brings this supernatural tale to life with moody and memorable pictures that will haunt readers long after the book's covers are closed. Neat. I collect witch books, obviously. So there we go. Historic in Naperville. I thought this was in Illinois, but I may be wrong now that I think about it, but I don't think so. Naperville Sun. Book is the result of a mistake. Told to throw out miscellaneous old copies of The Sun. A janitor also disposed of the collection of skylines on Naperville's history, which had been assembled with the intention of sending them to be bound, locating duplicates, tracking down old pictures, writing captions and headlines, laying out the pages, dealing with artists, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I think it's Naperville, Illinois. But I may be wrong. Yeah, Chicago, Bravs. The good old days. Are they, though? Yeah, they're way better than now. Way better, buddy. Anyway, that one I plan to sell. The Jewish Problem in the Soviet Union, an analysis and a solution. It's weird. I never knew, before seeing this book, that there was a so-called Jewish problem. But I always thought that was a Nazi thing, but apparently the communists had a problem too with the Jewish folk. All right, I've already ripped half of it off. Don't turn the... Let's see if I can get it, buddy. Oh. I'm setting you down. This is a unique book, and B.Z. Goldberg is probably the only person in the Western world qualified to write it. Obsessed with this sticker. Residue. Mr. Goldberg was born in Russia, speaks Russian. No, not only does Mr. Goldberg trace the history of the Russian attitude towards the Jews, he clearly shows the official and unofficial positions of the Soviet government and people toward the Jews. All of this insight makes clear the pattern that the Soviet government has followed. Covered in detail are the trials and execution of Jewish writers and intellectuals and the problem of discrimination. Mr. Goldberg's book also gives the first complete view of restrictions on the practice of the Jewish religion in the Soviet Union and compares them with the restrictions on other religions. Finally, Mr. Goldberg suggests a solution that should find favor with both Russians and Jews within the framework of the Soviet system. Daniel Mayer, president of the League of Rights of Man, has written in the foreword to the Jewish people, the Jewish problem. What year was this? 50s? No, 1961. So obviously the problem, so-called problem, lasted beyond World War II. This is great. Love pulling tape off. Stay a while, watch me pull tape. Actually, just stare at that for a minute while I pull tape. It's easier. It's easier this way. How you doing over there? All right, I'm back. Just easier this way. Well, you might as well get the last piece. That's all of them, bro. Probably reuse this jacket on the book I wanted to. All right, let's go. Ghost Stories by M.R. James. I'm not sure who he is, but set among dark cathedrals, remote inns, and rural estates, with ancient artifacts of awful power lurking in the shadows, a sense of dread and unease builds until some terrible force is unleashed, whether confronting undead monstrosities, elemental demons, or slithering ghosts. James's stories warn of the dangers of unbridled curiosity and the corruptibility of human nature among even the most innocent seeing men. Fuck is M.R. James? Here is this 2023. Printed in China. I don't know what this is, but now I have it. Holocaust in the Ukraine. Editor Boris Zabarko. I found the book about the Jewish problem in Russia. I'm guessing there was a Jewish problem in Ukraine too. The history of the Holocaust in the Ukraine has not been written as yet. The description of the events in those years is still very episodic, and even the mass slaughter of civilians in Babi Yar has not been described in detail yet. The Nazis and their collaborators murdered 1.5 million Jews in the Ukraine. However, for a long time, the subject of the Holocaust was a forbidden subject, not only in the USSR, but throughout the socialist bloc. It has only recently become a respectable research topic. This is a collection of 86 personal testimonies from survivors of the Shoah in the Ukraine. The objective of the book is not to relate historical facts and data, but to relate the story of the inhumane experiences of people who were destined to die, but managed to survive. The idea for the book was stimulated by Zabarko's participation in a project organized in 1994. The Recollections publisher, a representative of the suffering of Jewish Ukrainians, although some of the survivors expressed their disappointment at the behavior of their neighbors who either actually collaborated or turned a blind eye, there are also many stories of Ukrainian and Russian neighbors who risked their lives and the lives of their families to save Jewish friends, neighbors, and strangers. And perhaps for the first time, survivors also speak of the good Germans who were not hostile or were sometimes even benevolent and helped individual Jews and or their families to survive the death squad. The Voices of Morbath, Reformation and Rebellion, in an English Village by Eamon Duffy. Morbath dismantled. How about less Bath, bruv? Here is this. I guess 98, 2001, first published in paperback 2003. Who's it by, bruv? Oh yeah, Eamon Duffy. Is professor of the history of Christianity at the University of Cambridge and president of Magdalene College. Medieval Outlaws, 12 Tales in Modern English Translation, revised and expanded the edition, edited by Thomas H. Olgren. Billy the Kid, Jesse James, John Dillinger, and Al Capone were all criminals who robbed and killed, yet they were considered good outlaws, celebrated in sensational newspapers, newsreels, and dime novels of the day, and laser films and television for their daring courage, loyalty, and even chivalry. Our fascination with criminal heroes has a long history, extending back to legendary accounts in medieval chronicle, romance, and ballad. A few of their names may not be familiar. Good Earl Godwin, Hereward, just one name, Eustache the Monk, Fulk Fitzwarren, Anne Bow Bender, Gamelin, Alwyn Glendwit, William of Cloudsley, and William Wallace. These outlaws, in addition to Robin Hood, were all driven to lives of crime. Interesting. Michelangelo, Life, Letters, and Poetry. Did not know he wrote poetry too, bruv. I wish to want, Lord, what eludes my will. Between your passion and my heart, a block of ice deflects your fire. It makes a mock of everything I write with perjured quill. That's rubbish. But Haunted Lake Superior. Ghostly tales and legends from the mystical inland sea. Pretty much guess what these are about. Water. Divine intervention, spirits of the ship, lighthouse hauntings, restless visitors in town. Book has some water damage, as you can see, but I still got it. Young Stalin by Simon Sebag Montefiore. A brilliant book. Handsome young fellow. (2007). Young Stalin. Based on a decade of astonishing. Here is the thrilling story of how a charismatic, dangerous boy became a student priest, romantic poet, gangster mastermind, a prolific lover, murderous revolutionary, and the merciless politician who shaped the Soviet Empire in his own brutal image. How Stalin became Stalin. The merciless politician. Would you really call him a politician? He was a motherfucking dictator, y'all. The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. This perfect home has one rule: don't look behind closed doors. I bought this because it's a basically new book, 2020 free, and I plan to sell it. So I don't really keep fiction and This is going to go with it. Lady Tan's Circle of Women by Lisa C., which I believe was published this year. Last year as well. Last year. I still have that new book smell. It does, bruv. It's just chemicals and ink. Masters of Empire, Great Lakes, Indians, and the Making of America. Pretty cool cover. Michael A. McDonald. What year is this? 2015. Wow, small text. Is the text that small in the book too? No. In Masters of Empire, the historian Michael A. McDonald reveals the pivotal role played in the native peoples of the Great Lakes in the history of North America. Yeah, because those were some of the first settlements. Though less well known than the Iroquois or Sioux, the Anishinaabe, who lived across Lake Michigan and Huron, were equally influential. Masters of Empire charts the story of one group, the Ottawa, who settled at the straits between the two lakes, a hub for trade and diplomacy throughout the vast country west of Montreal, known as the Pays d'Anhalt, highlighting the long-standing rivalries and relationships among the great tribes of North America. McDonald shows how Europeans often played only a minor role in this history. It was native people who possessed intricate and far-reaching networks of commerce and kinship, of which the French and British knew little. Yeah, give them the credit, buddy. I mean, they have nothing now except casinos, basically. Reservations as a collective, but there you go. Don't know what this says. The alien intent, a dire warning. A dire warning. Stickers are dire, swarming to my soul. God, I hate these stickers. Get them out of my life. Get it out. No, can't get it. The truth behind the cover-up. You tell me, Raymond A. Robinson. What's the gist here? These are just some of the highly disturbing subjects examined. Oh, are there now up to 9 alien races visiting Earth? Yes. Technology of the Gods, The Incredible Sciences of the Ancients. David Hatcher Childress. You see, I paid 60 cents for these books. Some of these, most of them I paid 50 cents for, but then there was others. I paid $1 a chew. Total, I paid about, 17 bucks for all these. So 3, 6, 9, 10, basically $1 a book. In the end, I don't know how that works. I guess I paid $2 for that one. $2 for this one. How does that come out to 17 then? I don't know. Technology of the Gods, The Incredible Sciences of the Ancients. This one I only paid $64. Technology of the Gods lays out the mind-bending evidence that long-lost civilizations had attained and even exceeded our modern level of advancement. I believe that. Westerners have been taught that humankind has progressed along a straight-line path from that primitive past to the proficient present, but the hard, fast evidence, literally written in stone, proves that the ancients had technologies we cannot even replicate today. I agree. I agree. I mean, the fucking pyramids are proof of that, but people don't want to hear about that. An Unkindness of Ravens. What a sick-looking cover, but that's why I got it. By Ruth Rendell, a new Inspector Wexford mystery. This was $1 book. Obviously, Ruth Rendell was quite prolific. I don't know if she's still alive. I assume she is not, but who knows? Maybe she is. Caught me on another sticker, bruv. Please just come straight off so I don't have to keep doing this. You son of a bitch. You dirty bastard. Why are you doing this sticker. I freed you from your confinement at the stall and brought you here, bruv, to a life of bookishness. What else can you do for me, bruv? Get over there. Reshevsky Teaches Chess, an Arco book. Published 1974. Reshevsky. I don't know what his first name is, but I'm guessing he was probably a Russian. Samuel Reshevsky. Chess is frequently called the royal game because years ago, soon after its invention, it was played mostly by royalty, kings, princes, dukes, czars, etc. It is indeed a royal game, but mostly because it is the finest of all games. It is a game that will give you an immense amount of pleasure, as well as relaxation to forget the problems that might confront you, and it will certainly sharpen your mind. So says he, bruv. And this is probably the most interesting of the books I got today, at least I think so. The Mysterious Death of Mary Rogers. Of course, it's missing the dust jacket. 1995. Amy Gilman Srebnick. If she's dead, I will be reading this on the channel. If it's actually about only her. Who Murdered Mary Rogers? Sex and Culture in 19th Century New York. I actually want to read that one now that I think about this. A book on the circus and entertainment, a body floating between two tides. Before I hand this over to me mother, although I've given her so many books, she's probably got a 6-month wait on the next books. Anyway, that's all. Let's see, one more. See if we can end on a good lithograph. There we go. What is it? Let's end on this. The Mystery of Marie Roget. Is that her? That's her body.